All right, guys, how are we doing tonight? So, welcome back. This is my actually first episode. I'm gonna call the last one a pilot, only because I didn't really know what I was doing, just kind of feeling everything out. But welcome back to Deal Zone's Shopper. So, I'm Josh Crandall. So, I'll be taking you through this. I'm actually live broadcasting to Facebook and YouTube right now. If you look up Deal Zone's Shopper, you'll be able to find me there. So, anyway, yeah, again, jumping in, if you guys haven't watched, I religiously check a couple of deals every night to deal with camera gear. B&H and Adorama are the main ones that I check because there are sometimes some really good deals. Last time I was on, so a couple nights ago, looked at the messenger bag that sold out pretty quick that I recommend highly. So that was pretty neat. But yeah, so let's check this out. So I'm going to pull up B&H. Let's check it out. So tonight, let me just switch my camera over here. So doing things a little differently. Not going to try to look at this, for the first time. I've already looked through some of these just to give you some quick feedback, lend you some points and tips on things like if you're actually interested in buying some of these things, just some things to keep in mind. So B&H, we'll pull it up here. So I think the coolest things here, or that I thought were neat, were this LED on camera light. So GVM, and I think that means something like great video something. But GVM, I haven't seen a lot of their stuff until recently, but they are selling this LED on-camera RGB LED video light with Wi-Fi control. So what does this mean? RGB, full spectrum of color, basically, within all of these LEDs, and it's Wi-Fi control. So who's this for, right? And I just looked up a couple of reviews of it. It's somewhat highly reviewed. It's got 4 stars here. But if we jump in and look at this thing, it's kind of big, which is good for an on-camera LED light, especially one that's got a full spectrum of color. You've kind of got to expect it to be kind of big just so that, they can fit more LEDs on there, and that makes the light output even worth anything even having on your camera. So this is pretty neat. What I like about it is that, they've got an LCD screen on the back that shows you what, everything you've got going on there, which is a leg up on some other RGB panels that I've seen. You can actually click through hue, saturation, and I think gels on here that, give you a reading actually on the LCD screen. So that's pretty nice. And what I really do like about this one too is that it is battery powered. Now, some things I'd say like I wouldn't recommend using on a set, but since this is battery powered, it's not rechargeable, you can actually bring this aboard and probably rely on it for constant battery power. Something being Wi-Fi enabled, I'm like little skeptical about that, only because if you have to rely, which I guess this takes care of that problem with the dial on the back. But basically, if you're connecting to your light via Wi-Fi, you're going to run into an issue here and there where you can't dial it in. You can't connect to the light, and you're gonna face some issue, and that's going to eat up time on something like a set. So that's something to keep in mind with these things. But this light, it's not that much off right now. It's $40, but it seems to be, it looks like a decent camera light. So I'd say, yeah, if you're looking at one, that's a good price. The one that I recommend is Aperture. They've got one that's got a full spectrum of color. It's smaller. The output is huge, but it's about $100. And I believe that it's a rechargeable light. So, those are some of your trade-offs. Another good deal here that I'm looking at looks like this. Atomos coiled mini HDMI to HDMI cable. So a lot of cameras, and I'm filming on one right now that uses a mini HDMI port to save on space on the camera body, and then it goes into a full HDMI output for a for a monitor that you can use with your camera. And Atomos makes some really high quality stuff, and you're saving $30 here. Like, I think that's a pretty good deal. Other things that are good, I think. Now, yeah, I'll bring you to Adorama in just a sec. There's a really good deal there that I like. But to finish off with this one, I mean, there's not too much that's impressive here. This quad mix in-ear monitoring system, like, that seems, 4 mics with this thing. I mean, that's a lot that you're getting for $250, which to me means, like, maybe the build quality or the brand isn't amazing. However, it's got full, reviews. So if you're on a budget and you need to mic up 4 people on stage, like, this could be a really good deal for you. So that's nice, and it's over 50% off. Again, I don't really know anything about this brand or anything, but who knows? Could end up being a pretty good deal. And by the way, if you have any questions as I'm going through this stuff, you can comment. I'm looking at Facebook right now, and can see any of these things. But so yeah, I mean, that seems like a pretty good deal. Going over to these bags now. If you're a little choosy, like some people might be with, say, a diaper bag, right? And you're like, I got to carry the right diaper bag around. I'm a dad, but you got to look stylish, right? So here's a camera bag that doesn't look like a camera bag, and I haven't seen any of these ever before, but you're saving $75 here if you don't want to look like you're carrying around a camera bag. And there's some advantages to that, right? I mean, sometimes camera choice is taken into consideration depending on the film environment, and you can say, hey, like, I don't want people to know that I'm taking video, so I'm going to bring my DSLR that shoots video, right? So maybe you like this bag with this insert here. There's a stylish photo of the thing here. But that's a benefit there is being able to walk around and it looks like another bag, but it looks like it's fully padded. This one looks fairly small. If you're just cruising around, I guess it'd be kind of nice to just have a couple things here and there. And, knowing my own wife, I'm sure she could cram a lot of stuff in there. So you probably could stuff a few more things in there beyond that. But, yeah, if that look is what you're going for, then, hey, it's, I don't see reviews here. 4 reviews, 5 stars. Well, anyway, so there's that. This one is pretty good. 40% off lens or sensor cleaning kits. Now, I am not terribly brave with cleaning my own sensor. I do clean my lenses. But these kits, these sensor cleaning kits, what they have is they've got a swab that is about the width of your sensor. And what you do is you basically turn the camera settings to, I'm going to clean my camera, and then you can use the swab to swipe across the lens, and then you flip it around and you do it again, and you've cleaned your sensor. In the past, I have just sent my cameras in to get them professionally cleaned, only because you're now interacting with the sensor of the camera. So, I mean, it's really up to you. If you're brave, you don't have time to send it in, like, could be a really good thing to have on hand is just, a sensor cleaning kit. There are times where I have actually opened up the shutter on my DSLR and have pulled out like a cat hair, I think it was. So could have been a good time to use that sensor cleaning kit. But just to touch on these really quick too, like this Robin stabilizer. So budget friendly gear, you face so many battles, and this I just see so many battles like this. So a camera stabilizer, you use it for you balance it on the apparatus, and it's supposed to enable you to move the camera around without the micro jitters that you get when you're holding your camera. Recent cameras now have a lot of them have got good in-body stabilization, or they can do it digitally, but small camera stabilizers like this they just bring a whole other set of problems. Like this one, you can't even adjust the bottom. You want a more fully adjustable one to do anything professional or hassle free. Or your image is just kind of it's going to wander around a ton with something like this. So if you're looking to save money and this is $80 off, you're probably just going to get a headache by buying this thing, and it's not going to use anyway. But if you got nothing, there's something. Sony, this was an interesting thing because I've never seen this before. But Sony, they've got a Bluetooth wireless microphone system. And what that means is it's not the connection between the transmitter and receiver. It is the receiver to the actual camera. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And if you look at a company called Rode, they make something called the Rode Wireless Go microphone, and I use it. The cameras the batteries are on board, so you've got to be aware of, your battery levels when you go out to film. But it's great because it's a small wireless transmitter. It's got a clip. You just clip it on your shirt if you need to. Microphone's built in there, or you can use a lav and attach it. So a lavalier microphone that you can clip on somewhere else, and then use that transmitter packet and clip it on your waistband or something like that. So Sony here has done the same thing, except for this thing it's long. I wouldn't clip that on my shirt, only because that's just going to be a massive distraction. Anything that you put on yourself during an interview. And I think people are kind of used to the lavalier mic, but it's very small. But the footprint of this Sony thing is massive. So from my understanding, this wireless system connects via Bluetooth to your camera, so you don't need to worry about carrying a wire around. Honestly, though, I don't think there's a big deal with carrying around one of those little 3.5 millimeter jacks wires that goes back and forth to there. But that's up to you. So, or it looks like it does have 3.0 millimeter input. JKS transmitter. Anyway, so that's not. I guess if you shoot Sony, that might be something cool to have on board to look sleek, And if you hate wires or you lose them, then I guess that could be a good deal. So there's that. About wrapped up here. But I think the most exciting thing tonight is, so I've gone to Adorama here now, and I'm looking at this Vanguard tripod. So, quick story. My wife and I flew into Wisconsin. We had a job there, and we didn't have a solid tripod. Either that or we needed one at the same time that I was going to be using my video tripod. So we actually ran to a camera store and bought a tripod, and it just so happened to be Vanguard. And I've been really impressed with it. So this carbon fiber tripod is $50 off tonight, which is really cool. And I think this is probably the best deal going on right now. And there's a few cool things about it. First off, I'll show you mine. So I actually have this in my bedroom right now, or my office right here. The cool thing about Vanguard tripods is, and I'll go ahead and I'll switch over here. But Vanguard tripods, they've really done it right to where what happens is you can get these really compact, right? So this is a very compact tripod. And what you do is you fold the middle part out, right? And a lot of tripods that you get start here. So that's another, almost 4 to 6 inches of length. And when you're trying to pack this down and fly somewhere with it, or stick it in your backpack, that is a lot of space. So Vanguard, these tripods, you flip this around and it pretty much stows itself, back within the legs. So you get this really compact thing, and we've carried this around in our camera bags by just sliding it in the side, and then using a little, a lash around it, which, hey, that's peak design for you. I mean, they do a good job there. But it's been a fantastic tripod, very durable. We've taken it everywhere on all sorts of hikes and stuff. The difference here between this one, and I'll switch back to the site here, is this has got twist clamps for the extensions, right? So this has got a latch here that you can pull open and slide, and then you just clamp it back down. Now, my mother-in-law just bought a tripod, camera tripod, and it's got these twist clamps. And she said, yeah, my mother-in-law said, she said that it was really annoying to have to twist them because it didn't seem like the twist lock was fast. And so that's something to keep in mind with those twist things, is maybe you'll spend a little more time adjusting those. But it's carbon fiber, and the benefit of carbon fiber over aluminum, I think the main thing is, beyond the lightweight factor, is the durability and the vibration reduction. And you'll find that when you touch your camera, when it's on a tripod, and you even move it a little bit, the aluminum ones they store a little bit of that shake, and it takes a little bit of time for it to go away. And I've shot a lot with carbon fiber tripods for video, and if you bump them or something, they just don't vibrate. So that's really cool. It's a really cool feature that you get out of carbon fiber. And being Vanguard, this is really good build quality. So if we did not have our own travel-friendly, tripod, this is one that I would probably buy for photography. So I mean, that's a really good one. You're getting carbon fiber, the weight reduction, they are pretty durable, and then that whole midsection, that column's going to come around and be stowed underneath. So I think that's pretty neat. Then right here we've got Fuji Film black and white negative film. I'm borrowing my dad's camera, actually. I've been using this for the last couple weeks, and I went out and bought some film. It was color film, and I dropped like $20 on 3 rolls. And so the cost here is nice. If you haven't shot film, like, it's fun to go out and try it. Black and white is super fun to shoot. You get a lot of cool characteristics in the film and whatnot. But yeah. So I mean, that's a deal if you're looking for film. So anyhow, thanks for joining tonight, guys. Again, 2 most exciting things I think we got here were that Vanguard tripod and this GVM RGB light. If you're looking to save $20 on a light. And yeah, so thanks again. If you're new to watching, you can find me on YouTube. So if you want to rewatch this and you can't find it on my Facebook, go to YouTube, Deal Zones Shopper, and I will catch you guys later. This looks like this is going to renew this deal zone in 24 hours. So I'll probably be back with another episode then. Thanks all.